Good evening, everyone. My name is Devangini Vyas, and my topic name is The Jazz Age and the Fitzgerald's Critique of a Modern Society. My academic information, table of contents. My research question is how does F. Scott Fitzgerald's portrayal of the Jazz Age in The Great Gatsby serve as a critique of modern American societies, a moral decay, and the failure of the American dream? My hypothesis is Fitzgerald uses the extravagance and excess of the jazz age in The Great Gatsby as a lens to critique the moral decline, materialism, and disillusionment underlying modern American society, ultimately exposing the emptiness of the American dream. Introduction. The term jazz age was coined by F. Scott Fitzgerald to describe the 1920s in America, a period marked by prosperity, cultural flourishing, and social upheaval following World War I. The era show a rise in consumerism, materialism, and hectic social lives, where traditional values were increasingly questioned or abandoned. In The Great Gatsby, Fitzgerald presents a critique of a modern society, exposing the emptiness and the moral decay behind the glittering surface of wealth and excess. The jazz age context. The 1920s was a decade of contrast, the unprecedented economic growth alongside stark inequalities and a moral decline. In the simple term, the jazz age is a period of cultural and social change in US in 1920s. Economic prosperity, mass production, consumer goods, and stock market booms created a cultural of a conspicuous consumption. Prohibition, 1920s to 1933. The banning of alcohol led to organized crime, speak size, and flourishing of illegal activities. Like our protagonist, Jack Gatsby, is also involved in these illegal activities. He's also a bootlegger. Jazz music and youth culture. Jazz become a symbol of a freedom, a rebellion, and a modernity. Women's role also changed. The flapper emerged as a symbol of liberation. Characters like Jordan Baker and Daisy Buchanan symbolize this. Fitzgerald's own life reflected the luxury and disillusionment of the era, marking his works, including The Great Gatsby, authentic representation of the time. Fitzgerald's portrayal of a modern society in The Great Gatsby. Fitzgerald's critiques modern American society through the characters and setting of The Great Gatsby. Jack Gatsby represents the self-made man, yet his dream is corrupted by wealth and status. Jack Gatsby's character is like a self-made man and overnight success he got. Uh, he get wealth and status or a luxury for he wanted back his lost love Daisy. Daisy Buchanan embodies materialism and superficiality, valuing wealth over genuine love. So Daisy chooses Tom Buchanan over genuine love Jack Gatsby. Tom Buchanan represents the entitlement and the moral decay of the old aristocracy. So Tom Buchanan is from a inherited wealthy family. Symbolism and critique. Fitzgerald uses a powerful symbols to underscore his critique of society. The green light. Gatsby's unattainable dream, representing hope, desire, and the American dream's illusion. The Valley of Ashes. The desolate wasteland symbolizing a moral and a social decay, the forgotten underclass left behind by industrialization. The Eye of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, a symbol of a spiritual emptiness and the loss of God, representing a world governed by a materialism and not ethics. So, in the Great Gatsby, we can find all characters are uh, wanted wealth, luxury, and success. And we can find a spiritual emptiness. Interpretation, this symbols show a world where dreams are ruined and people no longer care about doing the right things. Jazz and fragmentation. So fragmentation is one of the main characteristics of a modern literature. Jazz music, often viewed as the soundtrack of the 1920s, becomes a metaphor in Fitzgerald's critique. Jazz fractures reflect the chaotic, fragmented experiences of the jazz age generation. The rhythmic energy of jazz parallels the excitement and instability of the characters' lives. Gatsby's lavish parties with jazz music symbolize a false hope, escapism, and superficial connections. Jack Gatsby also often through a lavish parties, but inside he feels lonely and isolated. The fragmented structure of the novel mirrors the disjointed nature of modern life, where people are isolated and relationships are hollow. Modern values and the American dream. Um, Fitzgerald's critique the loss of traditional values in favor of wealth and status. The American dream, once about individual potential and hard work, becomes perverted by greed and material success. In simple term, the American dream is anyone can succeed through hard work. But in the jazz age, people show their success through wealth and luxury. Fitzgerald demonstrates the emptiness of modern values. As the characters like Gatsby are ultimately destroyed by their blind pursuit of status. Here I put Ronald Berman's analysis on the Great Gatsby novel. In the Great Gatsby and Modern Times, Berman argues that Fitzgerald's critic focuses on the failure of modern society to uphold meaningful ideals, replacing them with consumerism and moral corruption. Conclusion: F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby, offers a powerful critique of the jazz age, revealing the moral emptiness behind material wealth and the illusion of the American dream. Its themes remain relevant today, reflecting ongoing struggles with the materialism and social inequality. The Great Gatsby's theme is also relevant in today's time. Here is my references, and thank you. Now you are free to ask question.
Question to you. How does Fitzgerald show the difference between old money and new money in The Great Gun?
Fitzgerald showed the difference between old money and new money in Great Gatsby. Characters like Tom Buchanan is from inheritance wealthy family, so they lived in East Egg. So in East Egg people show or look down to the West Egg people, like newly rich people.
So my question is, how does Fitzgerald criticize modern society in The Great Gatsby?
Fitzgerald criticizes modern society. He shows that success and wealth don't bring a happiness, a true happiness. Like characters like Jay Gatsby, he felt inside isolation and loneliness. Thank you.